Alright guys, so you know how Symmetra has pretty much been useless since the beginning of time except for very specific situations? Well, Blizzard was listening. We knew they were working on a remake, and here she is. So let's take a look. So Photon Projector is still the same. The left click gets you a beam, the right click gets you a ball. They've extended the range on it just a little bit, but it's still pretty much the same move. Now, the big changes are going to come with her ultimate. We'll talk about those in a minute. But you'll notice right off the bat that her shields have changed. She no longer deploys shields on individual allies. Instead, you press the E, and this parabolic shield goes out in front of her. It goes on a track. It travels for quite a long distance. Not a literal track. It travels on a path. It travels a good long distance. So think of it kind of like a mobile Reinhardt shield, not attached to an actual character. Her sentry turrets. Sentry turrets are still there. She starts with all 6 of them now, so you don't have to kind of wait on that really ridiculous cooldown scramble that you used to have to do at the beginning of a match. And they actually alluded to that in the video for her that they released detailing the changes. Now, the ult. The ult is the big one. You notice she's got 2 ultimates over there. She's got teleporter and shield generators. Teleporter is the same good old teleporter we know and love. It has 6 charges. The only big change is they've repurposed some of its health from regular health to shield health, so it'll recharge. Now, the shield generator is much more interesting. It is another buildable. You get to it by pressing the alt button again, and it creates a buildable turret that, well, buildable generator, I should say, that gives substantial shields to your whole team, and it does it by ignoring line of sight. So if you want to hunt that thing down and kill it, it's kind of a necessary thing. So let's hop into the practice range here, and we'll take a little quick look at her. Alright, so you notice the range on the beam is just slightly longer. It's not hugely different. It's pretty much the same. She hasn't suddenly become like a sniper. A ball is exactly the same as it was before. And then there is the shield. It goes out in a straight line. It travels at a pretty decent little clip, and it goes for a pretty long way, as you can see. So it's an interesting idea. It's certainly different than, say, Winston's shield. And then there are her turrets. As you can see, you can put them down pretty quick, and we've already put up almost all of them. The only time I had to wait on the cooldowns was on the very last one, and that was only for just a second. Still the same old turrets. They still absolutely murder things. It's pretty funny, actually. They're still one of your best ways to build ultimate charge. Now, the teleporter, as I said before, same old teleporter. It looks pretty much the same. So you put it down, and it builds itself. Looks the same. The only difference is the health, like I said. So you still have 6 charges, so once you die, or once you leap to your death in order to demonstrate it, you pop right back through. Easy peasy. Pretty much the teleporter we've all come to know and love. The biggest change, actually, as I said, is going to be the shield generator. So the shield generator is one of those deployables, kind of like a teleporter, but I think even more so. You want to hide. So you select it by pressing the Alt button again. So you see the teleporter is up now, and then I can change it to the shield generator. The icon changes, and you put it down. It looks very similar to the teleporter, actually, just without the teleporter part. It has a little shield ball in the middle of it, and it spins around, and it gives allies shields. Pretty substantial shields, actually. And that's a shield generator. Like I said, it ignores line of sight, so you definitely want to hide this thing. Now, for whatever reason, I couldn't find a actual versus humans match, so we'll jump into a versus bot match, and we'll go ahead and take a look at how Symmetra, the new Symmetra, plays once you actually get her in game. So note there are a lot of horrible things with turrets in this footage, so just be prepared. It's pretty terrible. And we were also against bots, but this serves as actually a really good demonstration, I think, of what I think of the new changes and why I think they're actually semi-useful, why I think Symmetra may still not be picked that much. So let's talk about it. The shield right off the bat gives you, a good way to push forward. You can put the shield up, and then you can kind of run behind it. Now, it's not going to save you from flanking attacks, of course, but it is a nice little deterrent. If you have to pop out from behind Reinhardt's shield, or for some reason, Symmetra can throw it ahead of you, and you can still keep on moving. As far as her left click and her right click go, I mean, I've really seen almost no no change to them. They say there's a range increase, and there is like a very slight one, but it's not really that noticeable. So I don't feel like it made that huge of a difference. Having all 6 turrets available at once is incredibly nice, though. That makes a huge difference. It allows you to basically throw your nest up really quickly and have that massive amount of damage on somebody that walks into the room. So if you need to put them up around your teleporter, you need to put them up around your shield generator. It's a really great thing to be able to just slap them all up just really quickly, just boom, 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 boom. You can get them all up, you can walk away, you can go do other things, you can know that you're protected, that your teleporter's protected, that your shield generator's protected. It's nice to have all those turrets available that quickly. Other than that, I think the biggest thing is the fact that the shield generator, it provides that big shield boost, and it provides it regardless of line of sight. So that is probably the most powerful addition to her kit. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to keep her, or not keep her, to push her back into the meta. I think she'll still be a good point control character. I don't really know about her viability as an offensive character, or even on defense that's not around a single control point. There are characters that do better DPS than her at long range, and I don't really feel that even the new shield and the shield generator are going to offset that. Yeah, they can make your team tougher, but Zarya can also apply shields to people. Granted, not as strong, and they don't last as long, but Zarya does massive damage. She's a tank with a big health pool, and she is building ultimate charge when you're pounding on those shields, and her ult is one of the more powerful ones in the game, unless it gets eaten by D.Va. She's certainly not going to replace a healer. She does no active healing, and Lucio and Ana are basically must-pick, so are you really going to take 3 supports? I have a hard time seeing that. Even with the incremental nerfs to Lucio, he's still pretty much a must-pick, so all in all, I think that the rework was a good idea, and I think it shows some promise, and I think it's got some interesting ideas. I still don't think that they have solved what was one of their major points to doing this rework, which was to keep Symmetra from being such an extremely specific situational character that only ever gets picked, say, on the first point of, say, King's Row or, Route 66. I think that she's still like that. I just think her kit is a little more diversified now and gives her some more options in that role, but I think it's about it. I don't know. I like her. She's live on the PTR, guys, so go test her out. I'd be curious to see what you think. You can hit me up in the comments below or in Twitter. Let me know what you think of the new Symmetra. I like it. I just don't think it's going to be the shift Blizzard wants it to be. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed the video, hey, like, maybe subscribe, and if you really liked it, you can help me out on Patreon. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. My name is D.Va. We'll see you next time.